Friday morning, and you are welcome to another edition of AM Cafe. I am Abayomi Adeyemi, and I'm going to be your anchor for today's program. Well, today's going to be an exciting one because we'll be treating what is actually important and germane to our educational sector. Yeah, so our focus for today is candidates under 18 won't be allowed to write WAEC. Candidates under 18 won't be allowed to write WAEC. That is the West African Examination Council. And this statement was made by the federal government. According to Maman, the federal government has directed WAEC and NECO to enforce the 18 years age requirement for candidates seeking to take their exams. Candidates under 18 won't be allowed to write or to sit for WAEC and NECO exam. Well, I am not in the studio alone today. I'm here with my guest. My guest is an educationist and a proprietor, the person of Dr. Oluwafemi Bibilari. Dr. Oluwafemi Bibilari will be helping us, he's going to help us dig deep into this focus, for today. He's an educationist, so he's going to know better, and he's going to help us dig deep into this focus. Dr. Oluwafemi Bibilari, you're welcome, sir.
Good morning, Nigeria, and I also welcome myself.
Yeah, and how are you feeling?
It's good to be here.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, I feel so excited to be here. Though the weather seems not to be friendly. But you still manage yourself up.
Okay, let's go straight to the point. Just 2 days ago, the federal government has directed WAEC and NECO to enforce the 18 years age requirement for candidates seeking to take their examination. First, does WAEC have an like age limit? Is there like age limit in WAEC, in writing WAEC?
Thank you. This statement to me is more or less an overstatement. To start with, WAEC is not done only in Nigeria. It's a West Africa examination body. I don't know why Nigeria will try to put age limit to those people that can write the exam. Why Ghanaians are not doing that? Why other West African countries are not doing that? So we are talking of brain drift. They are now trying to extend it to even young secondary school leavers drift. If they know they cannot write their exams here, then they go to neighboring country. Eventually they stay there for their tertiary education, and then if there is job opportunity, they stay over there. I think the federal government need to revisit this idea.
Before we go into that, my question is there any age limit for
there isn't. That's what I'm saying. No age limit. If you are 14, you can sit for your WAEC, NECO, or NAPTEP. But you see, even to we school owners, to some extent, we first of all embraced it when they do not talk about age limits. We thought, well, this will allow students to be mature enough before they sit for the examination. But I don't know how they come about that even age of 18. In this jet age, in this computer age, there is none of my children that enter primary school beyond age 5. And there is no private school that is running primary education more than 5 years. We only call it grade 6. So if you had 5 to 5, that is 10. Then 3 junior, 3 senior. At least if you are talking of 16, we will have said, okay, let's pack it up. But this matter of 18, I think, is uncalled for.
Do you think this is a good policy?
It is not in any way. Mere hearing what I'm saying, it will not help us. And as I have said, the advantages are more than what they thought it is the advantage. And
you mean the disadvantages?
The disadvantages, they are more than the advantages. Mind you, age is not the only thing that you measure maturity with. There are some pupils that are extremely brilliant. Even at age 4, you'll be surprised with what they will be saying. I mean, in China, we heard of a professor, just 21 years old. 21 years old. He graduated, he bagged his PhD at the age of 18. By 21, he was a professor. I mean, why should they drag us back? Why should they take us back to the Stone Age? It is uncalled for.
Because, back then, I remember, well, I don't think I was, because there's something we heard back then. It said when you want to either gain an admission to the primary school or something like that, they will ask you to put your hands, above your head and see if it's going to touch your hair or stuff like that. But I want to believe we are in the jet age now. Now that the federal government, has said that students cannot, sit for WAEC exam until they are 18 years. Okay, let's say, for example, a candidate or a student finished secondary school at the age of probably 16. So, is this particular student, is he or she going to sit at home for the next 2 years before he or she sits for WAEC or NECO exams?
That is what we are saying, Mr. Moderator. You see, at times in this country, we just want people to feel our presence. Since the Minister of Education has been there, I'm not saying anything until he's trying to force in this controversial debate of a thing. You see, if they want to do that, we regretted the removal of fuel subsidy without being planned for, without being catered for. This one again, they will have contacted all those the stakeholders, the representative of private school, representative of public schools. Let's come to round table and discuss. If they want to do this, they will have fashioned out new curriculum whereby they will inculcate innovation work, that is one trade or the other, probably woodwork, probably fundamental computer work, probably this introtech
or any
of a thing, or any vocational.
Yeah.
But this time around, they are not saying that. I don't know, even an 18 years old pupil that is said, or students that says you go and write exam, will have known what they call money. Started working for money one way or the other, spending money. But let's catch them young. That is the adage that I used to hear of. Not catch them when they are old, when they are already mamas and babas.
All right, Dr. Oluwafemi Bilari, is it important or necessary, let me put it this way, is it necessary, to write or have a right result before a candidate could enter into a higher institution?
Yes, that is one of the yardstick laid down. It might not be WAEC, and even in the north, if I may tell you, majority of them they do not write WAEC. It is like a sort of promotion, whereby after your secondary school, you just sit for all these, what do they call them? They used to call them one name. It's just like advanced studies. If you go to Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, majority of the students there, they do not sit for WAEC. It is a sort of promotion. They just sit for the entrance exam of a thing and they go to the next level. So,
like common entrance?
Yes, that is what they do. That is what they do. That is why we cannot compare education over there to what is happening here. It is here that we burn night candles. We do a lot of researches even before you sit for WAEC.
All right. If you are just joining us, we have been talking about what the federal government said, and that is candidates under 18 won't be allowed to write WAEC and NECO. And our guest also speaking with us is Dr. Oluwafemi Bilari. He is an educationist and a proprietor. I mean, he's been, digging deep and expatiating more on what the federal government said. Now, Dr. Bilari, something about this WAEC. Is WAEC and NECO results, are they actually recognized abroad? I'm not talking about West African countries. I mean abroad, overseas. Is WAEC or NECO results recognized?
Yes, to some extent. Especially NECO and even NAPTEP. They recognize them, not WAEC this time around. But, be that as it may be, you will still be tested. There is a way of testing that student. Do you know if you bagged doctorate degree, this medical degree of a thing, in anywhere in Europe, when you get to somewhere like London or whatever, they will still ask you to sit for some exams, to test your IQ, to test how intelligent you are.
Wow.
They can't just allow their patients to come to your ward and you'll be doing one thing or the other. So, why? In most cases, they don't even recognize them over there, but they recognize NECO and NAPTEP. But that does not even mean if you don't have it, you cannot study over there. I have example of one person, notable person, forget about your WAEC. When you get there, they will test you. If they know you deserve to be in that class, you stay there and you back your degree. So not necessarily that you have WAEC. That's what I said is even happening in the north. Majority of those people studying there, they don't have WAEC. Let them come out and prove it.
Now, a total of 503,000 candidates out of 1.8 million that sat for the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination failed English language and mathematics. The Council's head of Nigeria office, Amos Dangote, disclosed this on Monday in a statement announcing the release of the 2024 WASC result. Now, Dr. Oluwafemi Bilari, you as an educationist, what do you think would be the cause of this mass failure of English and mathematics?
Thank you. If you want to look inward for the reason why many candidates failed these two important subjects, I don't know. These days, the jet age that you said we are, the computer age that you said we are, they've forgotten all this analog of a thing. We are now in digital age. You see, there are some people on media. I know you are a broadcaster. You know this thing that I'm talking about. They just wake up at the four corners of their rooms and put on something on the internet. To these students, to these pupils, majority of them thought what they say is right. They depend on it. They keep on studying them instead of revising what their teachers teaches them in the classroom. So eventually, they met failure and what I do. So this is what happened. But be that as it may be, back to our first question on age limit. Who told the professor that once you sit for it at age 18, you will pass it? This is what we are saying now. Majority of them fail the core subjects, mathematics and English. Won't they repeat it or recite it? So some pupils, some students, they will be reciting, looking for how to get mathematics and English language for the next 2 or 3 years. They will still be attending the examination. That means they will be about 23, 22 years old.
before going into the university.
Before going to university, what do you expect those people to go and do again in the university? So that is why we said they should remove this obnoxious policy of a thing, saying 18. And besides, I was even surprised. They said before you write WAEC and NECO 18, before you write down 18. Maybe one will come before the other.
Exactly.
At least you have to have gotten WAEC or NECO result before planning to go for JAMB. Why should the two come up at the same time? So I think they just need to revisit it.
So now, how many years is a WAEC result valid for admission?
In this country, I think I'm questioning the validity of the result. Because we that we have gotten our own for the past 40-something, 50-something years. If they say ask for it, I will bring it out from my drawer and present it. They won't expect you to go and sit for another WAEC. This is so. I believe there is no limitation to when you can make use of your result. So far, you are the bona fide owner of the result.
Sí àwọn èèyàn tó ń bẹ nílé ohun tí a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa láti àárọ̀ ni wípé ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ wípé ọmọ tí ò bá ti pé ọjọ́ orí méjìdínlógún kò lè jókòó fún ìdánwò láti wọ iléèwé gíga. Ìdí nìyí tí a fi pè àwọn bàbá wa olùkọ́ni ọ̀mọ̀wé Olúwafẹ́mi láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ohun tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ pé ṣé òótọ́ ni, ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ tó tọ́nà ni, ṣé ohun tí ó máa mú ìlọsíwájú bá ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ni àbí ohun tó máa mú ìfàsẹ́yìn bá ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa. Ìdí tá fi pé àlejò wa nìyẹn olùkọ́ni Olúwafẹ́mi láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Olùkọ́ni Olúwafẹ́mi a máa fẹ́ kí ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn tó ń bẹ nílé nípa ohun tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ wípé ọmọ tí ò bá ti pé ọjọ́ orí méjìdínlógún kò lè jókòó fún ìdánwò láti wọ iléèwé gíga. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ tó bójúmu ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́?
Ẹ ṣé atọ́kùn, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó ti di nǹkan tí à ń gbà bí ẹni gba ìgbà ọtí. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó ti di tọrọ fún kálé. Èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan tí mo sì jẹ́ ìkan nínú àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ tí à ń pè ní NAF, ìyún National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools. Àwa ti jókòó a rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Àti ẹ̀ mọ̀ bó ṣe débi ọdún tí à ń pè rí. Eléyìí ò ran ẹ̀kọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí lọ́wọ́. Ó dàbí pé a tún fẹ́ mọ fara wa sẹ́yìn ni tí ò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá. Àwa tiẹ̀ ti gbé gègéle ọmọ tó ń wọ iléèwé alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wa ọmọ bíi ọmọ ọdún 5 ni. Àwa ti rí pé lóòótọ́ wọ́n ń dé grade 6 ọdún 5 náà ń lò tán fi ń débẹ̀. Tá a bá rò pọ̀ ó tó ọdún 10. Àwa mú ọdún 3 iléèwé gíga àkọ́kọ́, ọdún 3 iléèwé ó jẹ́ 16. Tó bá tẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ 16 àbáláwa náà gbọ́ nǹkan sọ. Ọmọ ọdún 18 tó ń wí yóò ti di wúndíà, yóò ti di bàbá síléèwé. Kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ wo tábàjẹ̀ tó wá sí báyìí. Àwa tó yẹ pé a ṣiṣẹ́ ìjọba tá a fi ń tọ́ ọmọ, wọ́n ní tá a bá ti kọ́ ọdún 35 lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ká lọ fẹ̀yìntì. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ò fẹ́yàwó títí dàgbà tá a di ọmọ ọdún 35 tó ń wí. Ó túmọ̀ sí pé ọmọ àkọ́bí wa ń gbà mí àti ìlera ní yunifásitì jáde tó ti ní àlọ́ fẹ̀yìntì. Bọ́lá ti fẹ́ ká lọ́wọ́ tó àwọn yòókù. Ilé yóò dá rárá, kò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ẹni tó ń gbowó kékeré tó ti gbà pé tó ọmọ yìí mọ̀wé kó sáré ṣe ní tí ó ṣe kó lè ràn lọ́wọ́ kó lè nà ń lẹ́yìn. Tẹ́wá ní ẹgbẹ́ tí àmì fàágùn sí. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ mọ̀ pé a tún ti ń bá bọ̀ nìyí o. Bá a ṣe ṣe nígbà iye owó ìrànlọ́wọ́ owó orí epo tá a yọ tán gbogbo ẹ̀ wá fọ́n kálé òun la tún ń bá bọ̀ yìí o ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀sìn mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ alákọ̀wé àwọn ọmọ mínísítà táwọn sọ wọ̀nyí àwọn ò ní kàwé lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà tó bá rí kó ṣe díẹ̀ sí wọ́n lé wọn tí wọ́n lápá mú wọ́n mú lọ ibi tí wọ́n ti di pòfẹ́sọ̀ kó tó pé ọmọ ọgbọ̀n ọdún nìyẹn àwa láàmú ọba yìí ń bí kò dáa o kó bá wa yiri ẹ̀ wò kó sì gbé yẹ̀ wò kó rí i pé kò dáa kó sì yọ kúrò nítorí ò bá dáa kò dáa náà ni.
ẹ bàbá wa ní ṣókí mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ bá a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilé ṣé pàtàkì ni wípé kí ọmọ kọ ìdánwò wáìkì kó tó wọlé ìwé ga.
ẹ ṣe ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní ìwọ̀ oòrùn níbí ní gúúsù orílẹ̀-èdè nàìjíríà lámọ̀ ti mú lásìkò kàrámọ̀ pẹ̀lú wáìkì àti nẹ́kò tá à ń pèrè tẹ́ ẹ bá dókè ọya náà ó lójú ẹni tí ń kọ́ nu wọn o wọ́n ti ka bẹ̀yẹ sí ibi tí kò lọ síwájú nípa ètò ẹ̀kọ́ látàrí ìdí èyí bí ìgbéga bí promotion entrance exam ló ń ṣe wọ yunifásitì èmi lè sọ pé mo mọ ìdajì àwọn tó wà ní Ahmadu Bello yunifásitì kò sẹ́ni tó kọ wáyẹ́ẹ̀kì wọ́n kàn gbé wọn lọ ga wọn lọ àwọn iléèwé kan ti wà tó dàjẹ́ advanced studies tó yẹ pé Ahmadu Bello ló ṣètò rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ibẹ̀ làwọn ọmọ wọ̀nyí lọ àti ibẹ̀ wọ́n sì ní kán bọ́ sí kínní kò yẹ kó máa fi òkè ọya gbọ́dọ̀ wá ń bì àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ sí àlùmọ́nìkìrí lọ tí wọ́n ti lọ ilé kéwú kán tó lọ skul so wọ́n máa ń sọ pé wọ́n ti pọ́ ọmọ ọdún méjìdínlógún àwọn ò lọ ibì kankan bí tọ́ pé iléèwé la dojúkọ.
òun láti gbọ́ bẹ́yẹ̀ lé ẹnu bàbá wa dókítà Olúwafẹ́mi Bíláré wípé ohun tí ìjọba àpò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ó fẹ́ fa ìfàsẹ́yìn fún àwọn ọmọ wa tó wà nílé ẹ̀kọ́ bíi pé fẹ́ fàfà sẹ́yìn a sì ní nílò ìfàsẹ́yìn báyìí ìlọsíwájú ló yẹ kí a máa wá fún àwọn ọmọ wa ìlọsíwájú ló yẹ kí a máa fún àwọn ọmọ wa. Well, due to our time constraints, we won't be able to go further than this. But first, Dr. Olúwafẹ́mi Bíláré, I want to thank you for coming on the show today.
It's a pleasure for being with you here.
Exactly. And again, I want to appreciate people behind the success of this program. Right from our cameraman, I want to thank you, and also our producer Shola Ogunleye. I want to thank you. Our supervising producer Adesoye Awodeji, and also our executive producer Adeola Adebayo. I want to thank you for making sure that this program is a success. Well, I still remain your host, Abayomi Adeyemi. Join us next week, same time, same channel, for another interesting edition of AM Cafe. For now, I say good morning.